Hello everyone, my name is Ifla Imtiaz and I'm an ex-student from Jamia Hamdard. I'll be presenting my research paper, and the title for the same is Effect of Advertisements on Consumer and Its Buying Behavior. Consumer behavior is a very diverse concept. What all goes into a mind of consumer before purchasing anything depends on number of reasons in his conscious and subconscious mind. That too in today's scenario when a consumer has a pool of options to choose from. So today we see n number of companies and brands that are providing similar services or similar nature of products in the market to consumers. So naturally competition is quite fierce, and with the increasing competition we see brands and companies going into production differentiation or service differentiation. However, all the differentiation strategies are not equally effective. So companies, in order to stand out from the competition, they choose many promotional strategies to entice their consumers, and most significant and promising promotional activity is advertisements. Therefore, companies don't want to miss a single chance to woo their consumers and audiences through ads into, making them believe that their product is offering them everything and their product or brand is best among the rest. And they use every element, humor, emotional appeal, and puffery, lot of puffery happening these days. So everything to entice their consumers. So companies go out of their way to portray a better and sometimes factual, sometimes non-factual image of their brand or product in order to keep a lasting impression on a consumer's mind. Now, how these elements, how these ads, what all elements, and why those certain particular elements affect a consumer's mind and changes buying pattern or buying trends or changes perception and attitude towards a certain product, and how it happens and what are the possible reasons. That is what this research study is based on. Now coming on to the objectives of study. The objectives are as follows: to study the effect of advertisement on the consumer and his buying behavior, to analyze which type of advertisements best affect the customers, to identify which type of media majorly influences the customers, and to identify the opinion of customers regarding authenticity of advertisements. Now coming to the research methodology for the study, 150 was the sample size taken, out of which 110 responses were taken into the consideration. And for the purpose of collecting primary data, a close-ended, well-structured questionnaire was distributed among the respondents. And the analysis of the questionnaires was done using descriptive statistical tools such as frequency distribution and percentage, while as hypothesis testing was done through chi-square test. Demographic interpretation are as follows: 57% respondents were female and rest were male. Majority of the respondents were from the age group of less than 24, and the second highest majority was of millennials, and very few number of people were from the age group 55 to 73 years. Now moving on to the findings from the study. A majority of people actually think that before actually buying the product, using it on a personal level, like if the samples are being provided in a supermarket or they are distributed through magazines or newspapers, it is the best way to assess the quality and to know that whether it is catering to a consumer's needs or not, and is the best way through which a consumer can get attracted to a product. And the second most favorite is ads. Most of the people are seen also getting attracted to a brand if it has a good e-presence, online presence. For example, like on social media, if any influencer or a blogger is promoting certain brand, it is seen that a number of youngsters, or not only youngsters, people from generation X or millennials are also getting attracted to it. And also some people are seen being skeptical about the content that is present in ads these days. Also, through hypothesis testing, it can be concluded that mostly young girls and boys from Generation Z, they are more influenced by an element of emotional appeal in ads. Like there are so many elements: humor, celebrity endorsements, sales offers, and sex appeal, and everything in the ads. But mostly young girls and boys get influenced if there is an emotional appeal, there is relatability, there is a social cause. They get more influenced by that, and which ultimately affects their buying pattern and attitude and perception of them towards the product. And also, most of the people have agreed that while purchasing anything, they would prefer an already introduced product through ads over the local products that have not been introduced anywhere in ads through any media. Now, coming on to recommendations, one strong recommendation that can be taken from the study and the findings is that advertisers should avoid over exaggerating and puffery and including impractical things in their ads. I mean, yes, there was a time when all these things were used, like in soft drink advertisements or in men's deodorants, but now people have evolved and preferences have changed, thinking has changed. Now, Generation Z or millennials, they don't think like that. They need social issues, they need practical things, they need information, they need factual information in ads, and that's what will influence them, or that's what will help to build a better perception of your brand or the product in their minds. In conclusion of this study, it can be said that ads do play a vital role in building a perception of a brand or a product or service even before it is actually introduced in the market. And it somewhere remains in a subconscious of a consumer and ultimately can alter the buying patterns and buying trends of a consumer. So advertisers and marketers need to be very careful in creating and designing content around the ad, because the information should be very factual, and it should be based on features and what all needs it caters, rather than over exaggeration and puffery. And advertisers should try and avoid some issues which can prove conflicting in future. Like for example, we saw what happened with Tanishq and Zomato. So they need to be careful, and ads need to have that emotional appeal also. It should not be all practical. It should have that emotional appeal which connects to the audience, which they can feel is relatable. But then all in all, it should be very precise, information based, and very creative, and very factual. Thank you.